While it can strike you at any time of the year, food poisoning is often associated with the summer months because food may not be stored correctly and provides the perfect breeding ground for bacteria to get out of control. Today we'll be discussing how to prevent the causes of food poisoning, how to recognize the symptoms, and how you can treat it quickly and effectively. Good morning, health-minded people. I'm Dr. Snow, and I teach you to be in charge of your own health because other than God, no one knows as much about you as you should. The CDC estimates that 48 million people in the United States will suffer from food poisoning each year. Nearly 30,000 of these people will need to go to the hospital, and about 3,000 will die. Does that seem significant to you? It does me. While any food can be contaminated and make you sick, the most common foods that may cause food poisoning are undercooked meat, raw fruits and vegetables, especially those that have been pre-cut at the store, processed meats such as hot dogs or bologna, or contaminated eggs. So be very particular in where you obtain your food and how you cook it. Wash fruits and vegetables well before eating them, and if you can, grow your own so that you know exactly how it has been handled before it comes to your table. Make sure your refrigerator is working properly and that the temperature is at the correct setting. Between 35 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit is optimal to reduce bacterial growth. While cooking kills and refrigeration slows their growth but does not kill, at room temperature, leftover food will produce a plethora of bacteria in a very short time. If you are unsure about any food, don't eat it. Throw it out. It's just not worth it. Food poisoning symptoms may come on quickly, as in a few hours, or it may take days to rear its ugly head. These symptoms may include upset stomach cramping, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and fever. If you have ever had a case of food poisoning, you know that it is no joke. It can make you very miserable. Children, especially very young children, can get very sick very fast, so it is probably best to contact the doctor if you suspect food poisoning. But if you are a relatively healthy adult and the symptoms are mild, you can manage them on your own by getting lots of rest and drinking plenty of fluids. And if you are having vomiting and diarrhea, you will want to replace not only the lost water, but the lost electrolytes. You can drink a commercial electrolyte replacement fluid, or you can make your own using sea salt water and natural flavorings. I will leave a recipe for an easy-to-make one in the description below. Whether you decide to make one or purchase one, these fluids should be sipped continuously, not gulped every now and again, especially if you are having vomiting. Drinking too much too fast can trigger more vomiting, so sip slowly. You need to replace the same amount of fluid you have lost, so 1 to 4 cups of fluid every hour should keep you hydrated. Other fluids that may help prevent dehydration include coconut water, watered down fruit juice, and watermelon, which is more than 90% water. Also, ginger tea may help settle the nausea caused by the food poisoning, as can ginger ale, but make sure that the ginger ale you buy is made with real ginger or it won't work. If you're learning something new today, please hit that like button. As for the diarrhea, this is your body's way of eliminating the bacteria that is causing you to be sick, so you really don't want to stop that in the beginning. For the same reason, you don't want to decrease the fever unless it gets to 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Fever is another way your body fights infection. So unless you are very uncomfortable because of the fever, it is usually best to let your body do its thing and support it with rest and lots of fluid to prevent dehydration. You will usually be able to manage mild food poisoning on your own. However, there are times when you need to get to the doctor. If you experience bloody vomit or bloody diarrhea, get to the doctor. If you have vomiting so severe you can't keep any fluids down, or you have diarrhea for more than 3 days, get to the doctor. If you have symptoms of dehydration such as extremely dry mouth, little or no urination, or you get dizzy when you stand up, or if you have a fever over 102 degrees Fahrenheit, get to the doctor. As mentioned before, approximately 3,000 people die each year from severe food poisoning. If your symptoms are severe, get help. If this video has been helpful, but you want more information on how to treat a fever naturally, click and watch this next. Thank you for joining me today to learn how to prevent, recognize, and treat food poisoning. Stay healthy, drink those fluids, and have a blessed week.